things to see and do here if you've never been. But let's start then our Superpole session. One lap, of course, the dash for cash, and it was the top 10 riders from the time practice session earlier on today. And as far as that goes, and the crash, Cedric Soubeyras is going to be the first rider up. Now, the time to beat from this morning, a 42.170 lap of Ken Roxon, who was 0.3 quicker than Eli Tomac. So Cedric Soubeyras didn't really get a chance to put a good lap in at 44.5. And the lap that he crashed, he did put in or the lap before he crashed, he put in his fastest split intermediate one, which is going to be coming out of turn 2 onto the back section. So Cedric Soubeyras then starts his lap, the number 85, on the MM85 CBO Honda. Out of turn 2, rattles across the top of those waves. They're freshly polished up. Single, triple, triple into turn 2. This is where he fell at the end of this straight. And he didn't seat bounce this morning. He tried to stand up through there, and then he fell up short and hit the last 2 upside down and ended up in the fence. Was down for about 30 seconds, but good to see he's here. But how competitive is his time going to be? Either way, it's going to be the first time, the benchmark time. But will it be close to a 42? Well, it's a 43.707. So that would have put him around about 6th place in the time practice session this morning. So he may still end up in and around there, but how battered and bruised is he? His good buddy there, Marvin Musquin, asking him about the track conditions, no doubt. But next up, Maxime Dupre, riding 141 for Yamaha GSM Daffy Michelin. The intermediate split time will be coming up, not out of this left, but out of the next right-hander. Single, triple. See the sector time there, look, that Soubeyras set. The 23.479 is the time to beat. And he's down on that, so by more than half a second, actually. So Maxime Dupre with a little bit of work to do in the second half of the lap. Didn't get clean out of there either. So I think it's safe to say that Soub will be sitting pretty at the moment, but by how much? Well, half a second. He managed to pull a little bit back in the second half of the lap then, did Maxime Dupre. Next rider going up, though, will be Cooper Webb. And Webb about to hit the line now to start his Superpole lap. This determines the grid position for the first sprint race of the night. The second sprint race, gate picks, are determined by which order you finished in the race, and for the main event later on this evening or this afternoon, where you finished in race 2. So Cooper Webb looks like he may be the fastest through. Yes, and he is, by only 1900ths of a second. So the Red Bull KTM rider then going on a charge. Comes in nicely there, up on the pegs, and then double, triple, double into the final turn. Should be quickest, and he is by 1.2 seconds, so a good end to the lap for Cooper Webb, 42.450. He was a 43.780 this morning in the time session. So are we going to see those times tumble well below the 42s? Next rider, Thomas Ramet. Ramet was 7th this morning with a 43.76. Cooper Webb has already gone quicker than that with a 42.450. Ramet getting across the whoop section on the Yamaha GSM Daffy Michelin machine. Looks quick in sector 1 as well, but can he hold it together? No, he loses about 3/4 of a second to Webb. Two corners to go. You can outside and triple into there. So Ramet hits the line. Will he go second? Yes, he does, and it's a 43.593. Wow, 1.1 seconds. So Cooper Webb already higher up the leaderboard than he thought he would be. Remember, 10 riders in this Superpole, and he was 8th in the time practice session this morning. Anthony Bourdon, the next rider up on track. The The rider 945, the third of the Yamaha GSM Daffy Michelin boys. Getting across the whoops, pretty good. Obviously the technique there to stay as high as you can. Bobbles in the turn though, not as committed as he could have been. May have cost him in sector 1 by about 3/4 of a second again. So a similar time to Bourdon just a moment ago. Sparks just catching maybe a little bit of hard dirt there, possibly a rock in the dirt. But final turn, Anthony Bourdon not going to challenge. He's 1.4 seconds off. He goes into 4th place. Next up, Gregory Aranda. So the number 20 on the KTM Tech 32, or the Tech 32 KTM, if you like. Coming into the final turn now, getting himself fired up. So Aranda, what can he do? All eyes, of course, will be on that first split. Nicely done through there. Good drive on the run up towards the whoops and good technique through the whoops as well. Is this going to be the first time to challenge Cooper Webb's first split of 23.287? Yes or no? Looking good. And we get it. Just under half a second. Wasn't clean coming into land there, though. Did he lose that advantage? Yes or no? He's got to pull out all the stops here in the final couple hundred meters or so. Urged on massively by the French fans here. They sense, oh, how did he stay up there? Both wheels drifted into the turn, and he loses 0.08 of a second and stays second. So this is a massive improvement. No wonder he's got a smile on his face there, Cooper Webb. Next up, Marvin Musquin. Fans will be on their feet right the way around this circuit, no doubt. Can he get pole? Remember, he messed up in Superpole yesterday. Triple. Marvin Musquin, 4th in time practice this morning. Good through there. Gets that perfect. This is where he messed up yesterday. Said he tried to stand up through there yesterday rather than sit down and just lost the back end. Jumped off the track, but this is looking good for Marvin. Over the line, and Musquin goes pole by a massive margin, 0.7 of a second. Cooper Webb now down to second, being eclipsed by his Red Bull KTM teammate. A wry smile on the face once again. Not in a good way though, Coops. Would of course love to have stayed there on pole. Justin Brayton then, who was 3rd in the time practice this morning with a 42.954. We're already into the 41s with Marvin Musquin. So what can the Honda Genuine pilot from the US do? Justin Brayton. Same combination. Doubles his way in. Brayton, 22.845, the fastest split in sector 1. Can he turn this into provisional pole and put the pressure on Tomac and Roczen? Whoa, 0.6. Not sure if there was a delay with our timing there, but definitely looked like it was still running as he came into land. But there you go. Here's Eli Tomac. Tomac, the Yamaha Star Racing Monster Energy rider. Perfect season for him this year. AMA Supercross champion, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross champion, Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations champion. And looking to add a second King of Paris title to his impressive resume. And he's already under, then goes down. Almost. He's got to pull it together. This is going to be detrimental for gate position. So Eli Tomac came in heavy and short. Fans applaud that he's still up on 2 wheels, but how is that going to affect his lap? Eli Tomac will go to the line in 9th place. Watch this. Just landed long there, didn't get the takeoff, and then, but the upper body strength to save that. Eli Tomac, oh, the reaction from them as well says it all. So just one rider left on track. Ken Roczen, 42.170. to top the sheets. He's rattled across those routes to perfection over the course of the weekend. Does it again there, but he has to stretch it out. Gets a kick on takeoff. Triple, quad, double, gets it perfect. And look at the margin there, 7/10. And Roczen on an absolute flyer. Are we going to see the first 42nd lap? Eli Tomac out of it, but a 41.2, 4/10 up, and Kenny Roczen applauded by the French fans here. So it's Roczen, Arvin Muscan, who will take the first 2 gate picks for the first sprint race, which will be coming up shortly. Of course, just after this, we're going to have the SX2 sprint race, followed by the SX1.